What's up, YouTube? It's Josh Creates here with another video. In today's video, we got TikTok vents about inflation, but this time Gen Z is speaking out. For all my boomers out there, this is what you guys wanted, and you guys are gonna get it. You guys want to hear what Gen Z gotta say about inflation and about you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Now why would Gen Z be upset about their current wages? No, it couldn't be because of the wage stagnation facing the middle and lower class. That would be silly. And every Gen Z I know loves the top 1%, so it probably couldn't be that. And honestly, hospital costs and college tuition are worth 200% more. And the 74% price increase, that's chump change. So you heard it here first, Gen Zers. We should be able to run out and buy a house sometime tomorrow.
Well, Gen Z is pissed at us boomers, and I can't say that I blame them. There was an article that came out the other day that said you would have to have 5 minimum wage jobs to live in Austin, Texas, to afford the rent there. It's ridiculous. So those of you who say, well, back in 1980, I made $15 an hour and I bought a house. Well, guess what? Adjusted for inflation, your $15 an hour that you made in 1980 would now be over $112,000 a year. You know, most young people I meet, they want to work. A lot of people say, oh, the new generation doesn't want to work and they're lazy. No, that's not true. They're smart. They're smarter than us. They just don't want your crappy $15 an hour job. Now, I'm not here to give any answers, but I'm just saying, I feel you, Gen Z. On the other hand, that one young kid who told me yesterday and commented that I shouldn't be on TikTok, get off my lawn, you little fuck.
I can't blame him from saying that. But yeah, man, a $15 wage is very much different from back then to now. Back then, you could do a lot. You could do a lot. And from now, you could barely pay your car insurance. You could barely pay taxes even though taxes is one time a year. It's crazy. It's ridiculous, bro. And this is only 2017, now 2018. Ouch. Inflation is getting out of hand, and you probably already feel the effects. Food prices are up 12.2% since last year. Rent prices are up 6.5% from the already high prices. Fuel is 24.6% more expensive than last year. Saving money the normal way won't compete with inflation. Now is the time to invest so your money doesn't lose its value. That's the best and only way, guys. Sips his drink.
Shopping for my dorm has made me realize how much I will never be able to afford a house. You're telling me a mattress topper is $100? 2 pillows for $35? What? Aren't they like cotton?
I may have to disagree. I don't know what type of pillow she plans on buying. I recently went to Walmart today and I've seen pillows for $3, between $3 and $7. That doesn't equal to 35 in my head. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below what type of pillows you guys may think she may be interested in. 2 pillows now.
If y'all would just stop buying that damn coffee every day, you would have a Lamborghini, a 4-bedroom house, a wife, 3 kids in private school. Be more responsible. I don't care what anybody says. People grew up in a way different time. Inflation is crazy. We are in a crazy state of capitalism. Housing was never supposed to be like this. Cars are never supposed to be this expensive. A 2023 like Toyota Civic goes for 40 bands now. You can't win. Also, what's not talked about a lot is the wealth that was accumulated from stocks. All of your great companies, Apple, Microsoft, all of that from early 2000s, the late 90s. People in their middle class, yeah, take $25,000, $30,000, buy these stocks, hold them. And have acquired so much wealth from that. Hey, my homie just closed his biggest deal as well. Has nothing to do with the video, but I got the text right now. So, congrats to bro.
Here's the real reason why Gen Z doesn't want to work. Kids these days, they don't want a hard days of work at all. They just want to quit their jobs and be on social media all day long. Yeah, it's actually a lot more complicated than that. We want to quit because we're being taken advantage of, put in huge amounts of debt, and not paid properly. See, because while you were working in the 80s, your salary could actually afford you a decent lifestyle, but let me just show you the numbers. Since 1970, home prices have increased by 1,608%. If we compare minimum wages from then and now, in 2022, minimum wage is 40% lower than what it should be compared to 1970. But anyways, the same home that cost you $100,000 in 1970 costs you $710,000 now. All the while, wages have remained stagnant. Okay, sure, but that's just the way things are now. We had struggles too. Live with it. Yeah, kind of hard to live with it when college has increased by 2,000%. Tuition used to be $1,700 in 1970. And in 2020, it's about $38,000 a year.
That's crazy. Shout out to her.
But if you close your
Emotional damage, emotional damage, emotional damage.
Sorry guys if that hurt your ears, and I hope I don't get copyrighted for that.
Please stop scrolling. I have discovered something and did the math for something that I think everyone needs to hear and understand. So this guy makes this shirt that says your generation is so entitled, and he always gets different responses based off the generation when they first read the front. On the back, it breaks down everything between 1981 and 2021 between cost of housing, monthly rent, annual tuition between public and private, and then loan debt. And then it also does the minimum wage, which at the time for 1981 was $3.35, and our generation is $7.25. I recently got married, and at first my husband and I decided we wanted to live alone, and we were looking over financials and realized it's easier to keep our roommate to help with money and our savings. Well, older family members that I have do not understand that. They say, you know, we were young, we struggled, we figured it out. Okay, the percentages of you guys figuring out versus the percentages of us is a whole different story, and you're about to see why. So all of the numbers in the math I'm going to show you are rounded based off of his t-shirt. So for the minimum wage for 81, I did $5, and minimum wage for 21, I did $10. And how I wanted to break it down was basically how many hours of your life is it going to take you to pay back all of these expenses. The first page I'm about to show you is the prices versus the amount of hours to cover those prices. In pink, you'll see the prices, and in purple, you'll see the hours. You can pause this and look at it. So let's look at housing alone. It's going to take you 16,000 hours to pay off your house in 1981. Well, it's going to take us 41,000 hours to pay off our housing. Our rent is completely doubled in hours just to cover rent. Tuition as well, completely doubled. And debt, tripled. Absolutely tripled. So now this is where all the math comes in. Take a second, look at it. I'm gonna explain it, I promise. So I took the totals of all those prices, and I did this based off public education, not off private, which I would be terrified to know what those totals would be. Well, it would take them 18,000 hours to pay off their collective debt. It would take us 46,000 hours. So now think about it. There's 24 hours in a day. So if you were to work nonstop 24 hours, it's going to take you 2 years, take them 2 years. Well, it would take us 5. The average workday is 8 hours. Well, the average work week is 5 days, and there's 52 weeks in a year. That gives you 260 workable days with no overtime, no any of that. Out of those 260 workable days, if you didn't do any overtime, no wage bump, anything, it would take them 9 years. 9 years. Well, it's going to take us 22.
Plus the inflation that we have, plus all these other car insurance, taxes, plus all these other things. So it will take more than, 22 years?
Do you still think that you had it just as hard? I would love to know.
Yeesh, that's some good calculation, to be honest. Like I said, I think it will take us more than 22 years. And honestly, those are our good years. 9 years is nothing, bro. And you could be debt free within 9 years or exactly 9 years, and then still live the life, go on vacation, feel comfortable going on vacations because now you have money and you're out of debt. You're out of debt. House is paid off, rent is good, this, that, the next. Now it's like in today's time, it's like, hey, one thing after the next. Literally, one thing after the next. It's so hard to save money for some reason. It's like I said in a couple videos before, all these hidden fees be coming out of nowhere, and that's what really drowns us. Let's keep going.
I really think there's only one reason that Gen Zers are lazy and don't want to work. I think it can be really easy to point at it and say, well, Gen Zers want work-life balance. They want a job with purpose. They want to make sure they have time for a side hustle. But at the end of the day, I think it all comes down to equity theory, because what we're putting into our jobs is not what we expected as an outcome. Because I'm the eldest of Gen Z, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who relate to this. We had parents who told us if we went to college and worked really hard, that we'd be able to achieve the American dream, right? Of buying a home with a white picket fence, 2 kids, all of that. And after all that hard work, we finally got here and realized that was no longer within reach. Gen Z has the highest percentage of people with a side hustle, and even with that, so many people are still living paycheck to paycheck and will never be able to own a home. We watched other generations work one job, be solidly middle class, and be able to buy a home. And the thing is, no matter how hard you work at your full-time job, it does not matter how much you put into this input, it is not going to change the outcome. So I think the overarching attitude of Gen Z is, well, I'm clearly never going to get the outcome I want from my full-time job, so let me actually invest that time into a side hustle where I have a little bit more control over the outcome. So if you're running around looking for answers as to why Gen Z isn't working hard for you, you don't pay them enough. And if you like learning about Gen Z from an actual Gen Z, be sure to follow along.
Wow. That was the last video, and that was the same girl in the first video in the beginning of this video. So, wow, shout out to her. She spoke nothing but facts. She coming for you guys. She coming for y'all boomers. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I actually like this one. I feel like this one, the TikTokers in these videos, in this video, like, dog, they were not holding back. They were not holding back, and they were doing their thing. Man. Oh, let me say this as well. We have a guy in office in the White House, United States of America. His name is, well, I'm not going to say his name. He's the president. Today, I was watching something, and I felt like it was with him in it. I felt like I don't get enough of him doing the right things. It doesn't feel like we have a president, basically. Just to sum it all up, it doesn't feel like we have a president. If you are in the U.S. right now, no matter if you're a red or a blue, if you know what I mean, this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're red or blue. Does it feel like you have a president right now? Does it feel like you have a leader of this country? Or does it feel like you're on your own, free for all? Goodbye. Let me know in the comment section down below. I felt like that today for some reason. All right, that's it for this video. Like I said, let me know in the comment section down below. My name is Josh Creates. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Needless to say, everything will be okay. I'm out.